An American tourist traveling in Europe paid a visit to a famous wise and holy rabbi who lived there. The American was surprised when he saw how simply the man lived in a single room with only books and a table and chair. "Rabbi, where is your furniture?" asked the tourist. "Where is yours?" the rabbi asked in return. The American tourist answered, "My furniture? I'm only passing through here." The wise rabbi responded, "So am I." Disciples don't build bigger bonds, they build longer tables. This parable of the rich man challenges our social norms in an extreme way. The standard of success, particularly for Americans, usually sides with the rich man's choice: store more. Protect yourself and family against whatever may come your way. The more money in your bank account, the bigger your house, the more you have published and can record on your CV, the better you are doing by most social measures. This is the rich man's path. Tearing down the old barn to build a bigger one. But this is not Christ's way. In the middle of the ordinary time, we hear this call to prepare the way of the Lord, a sneak peek toward Advent, as well as a constant call in the mission of the church. Preparing ourselves and our world demands that our gifts, our time, and all our wealth be given up for God. To give to God is to give to one another. So this is likewise a call to listen for God's voice and to respond by softening our hearts and practicing the works of mercy. As we prepare the way of the Lord, we might ask the central question of the rich man's story: what do I do with abundance? The Christian answer to this is quite simple: give it away. Share it with others. Don't find yourself greeting Christ with a plethora of material goods stored away. The words of St. Ignatius, the founder of Jesuit order: "Take the Lord, receive all my liberty, my memory, my understanding, my whole will, all that I have and all that I possess. You give it all to me, Lord. I give it all back to you. Do with it as you will, according to your good pleasure. Give me your love and your grace, for with this I can have all that I need." We are dependent on God, not on the material goods we acquire and store away for ourselves. Everything is from God. And the call of a Christian is to return all to God through the care of one another. As a recent practical example, consider your experience with, your reaction to, and the sides of the COVID-19 pandemic. You might recall empty shelves at grocery stores. Disinfectant wipes and sprays sold out. Closets full of toilet paper, diapers, and paper towels. Makeshift masks crafted from bandanas and scarves. When Americans' abundance was threatened, many failed to build a longer table to share our stock. Instead, we redistributed closet space to make room for extra materials. We built bigger barns. But in many spaces, there was a spirit of care, love of neighbor, and togetherness despite the distance. Frontline workers stepped up and made sacrifices for the common good. Volunteers across the world stitched masks for those in need. Service organizations got creative in how to keep feeding, housing, and caring for the hungry and needy. These divergent paths demonstrate the need for us as Christian servants to stand up and God's work in the world. It is never too much or too inconvenient to answer the call to prepare the way of the Lord, starting in our own lives, communities, and societies. Together, we can transform a society driven by selfishness and self-achievement into the one that welcomes all, cares for the marginalized, and share our goods like the very first Christian community. Disciples don't build bigger bonds, we build longer tables.